Hundreds of thousands of people in the Philippines are on high alert after a volcano started spewing ash and smoke over the weekend. I'm Naomi Ruckham with how scientists believe a massive eruption could be imminent.
And flames devour a house and spread, doing more damage. Just ahead, the owner takes us through some of the charred rubble, what was lost, and how you can help.
Wow. That's terrifying right there. 6:30 on this Monday. Chet Lehman, Donna Kelly with you. Hi, Donna.
Morning. Good morning.
Nice to be here with you this week.
Same. And nice to be with you.
Yeah. For folks planning to do a little traveling around today, I would say give yourself a little extra time. If you're planning to go to Idaho, south of Montana, I wouldn't go at all because the roads are closed unless you're going to fly. Winter weather advisory in effect until 11 o'clock this morning. For most of us, a little snow falling right now in the Bozeman area. Currently 23 at the airport in Belgrade, 26 in Ennis, 19 in West Yellowstone with some snow falling there as well. Had snow in the overnight hours in Butte. As far as your road conditions go, I mentioned it, Monida Pass, Reynolds Pass, Targhee Pass, all closed this morning because of blizzard conditions. That's according to the Montana Department of Transportation. Hey, it's a good day to stay home. I would suggest doing that. What's the rest of the week look like, Donna? I have that forecast in 10 minutes.
Let's make some soup. All right.
There you go. Good idea.
Thanks, Chet. Nearly 500,000 people are in the danger zone of an active volcano in the Philippines, spewing ash and steam on the villages nearby. There are no reports of injuries, but scientists warn a major eruption is imminent. CBS's Naomi Ruckham has details from New York as new video shows the severity of the rumbling volcano.
A lightning storm lit the sky in Tagaytay, Philippines, as thousands of people left their homes for safer ground amid evacuation orders. The Taal volcano sits in the middle of a lake about 37 miles south of the capital city of Manila. Though it is one of the world's smallest volcanoes, Sunday's rumbling sent a swirling cloud of ash nearly 10 miles into the sky. Cars were covered in the spewing ash as drivers tried to wipe it away. The smoke and falling soot made for poor visibility as many tried to get out. Those evacuated are concerned about the livestock and livelihoods they leave behind. The government is warning those in high-risk areas to stay inside and wear face masks and goggles outdoors, though masks are running low. Manila's airport was shut down with hundreds of flights canceled. There is hope that some flights may be allowed to take off Monday, but it leaves travelers stranded and unsure of when they might be able to fly out.
I understand that, but of course I'm not happy about it, but what to do?
Some towns are in the dark from power outages, and government work and schools are all suspended. The Philippine agency that monitors volcanoes has raised the danger level around the crater to level 4, meaning a hazardous eruption is likely in the next days or hours. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Philippine financial markets are also closed today to keep traders and employees safe. Dozens of evacuation centers are now open for those forced from their homes. We have new information on a plane crash that took the lives of 4 people north of Billings early Sunday morning. Preliminary investigations show the single-engine aircraft may have clipped a guy line supporting a radio tower on the top of Dunn Mountain. MTN's Mitch Laggy with our report.
I'm standing here at the beginning of Old Divide Road, about 30 miles north of Billings, just off of Highway 87, where authorities have been concentrating the search for a Cessna 182 single-engine aircraft that went down in this area at about 6 p.m. Saturday night. Now, that model of aircraft has 4 seats, and we've heard word that there were 4 people on board. Thus far, we have received no word of any survivors. The Yellowstone County Sheriffs have been trying to get to the site of the crash all of Sunday morning, but Yellowstone County Sheriff Mike Linder said the terrain is rough going, and they've been using all-terrain vehicles to try to get to the site of the crash. We have not received any word of where the plane took off from or where it was headed, but we do know that it crashed in a field about 30 miles north of Billings. Again, we do know that there were people on board, but have no reports of any survivors. Stay with your MTN station on air and online for the latest on this plane crash north of Billings. Reporting, I'm Mitch Laggy, MTN News.
All right, Mitch, thank you. 2 stranded snowmobilers were rescued safely Saturday afternoon near Big Sky. According to the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office, the 2 men, a 46-year-old man from Redstone, Montana, and a 27-year-old man from Billings were stuck in a drainage up Buck Ridge as it was starting to get dark. Gallatin County Sheriff's Search and Rescue in Big Sky and 2 Canyon Adventure snowmobile guides responded. The snowmobilers were carrying a reliable means of communication, which allowed rescuers to locate them quickly. The men were in good condition, and once rescuers helped them get unstuck, they were able to make make it safely back to the trailhead. It was a scary morning for a few residents who woke up to flames in an Ennis neighborhood. MTN's Gabby Crevitt reports on the latest details of the fire and the people who were affected.
Robin Oldham had one thing on her mind as she watched the flames from her fifth-wheel trailer spread to her home.
I lost everything.
The fifth-wheel trailer caught fire early Saturday morning in an Ennis neighborhood off Madison Avenue. The flames spread to Oldham's home.
So I started yelling, everybody get out, get out. And so my son and his wife, and they got their 2 dogs out.
Oldham's home received significant damage from the fire, and the trailer and other vehicles on the property were a total loss.
And nothing left of it. And we had a shed here that I had most of my kids' stuff growing up in. And then another little camper here.
Flames spread to the neighbor's home as well.
I woke up, I could smell smoke. I flew out of bed and jumped out, and then I screamed, Jenny, the fire, fire.
The Madison Valley Rural Fire Department says that when they arrived, the fifth-wheel trailer was totally engulfed in 30 to 40-foot tall flames. They were able to put out the fire in about 2.5 hours. Oldham says there's normally somebody that resides in her fifth-wheel trailer, but they were staying the night in her place because of cold temperatures. The Madison Valley Rural Fire Department says the cause of the fire is still unknown, but there were no reported injuries. As for now, the affected families face significant damages to their homes and livelihoods. In Ennis, Gabby Crevitt, MTN News.
There are 2 online fundraisers that you can donate to for families affected by the fire, and you can learn about those fundraisers on our website. So, most of Montana's state lawmakers are coming to Helena this week for a set of informational meetings on tax and budget issues. But the day before things get started at the Capitol, a small group of legislators met in a church kitchen on Sunday for an unusual show of bipartisanship. The 20 or so lawmakers met at the Methodist Church just south of Helena in Clancy to make sausage. It's the 2nd year in a row for the gathering, organized by Chief Deputy Attorney General John Bennion. Bennion says, in, as his words, the toxic atmosphere of today's politics, the missing ingredient is often civility. So since sausage making and lawmaking are often linked in a negative way, he decided to invite lawmakers from both parties for an afternoon of making actual sausage, with the hope that it would show that both processes can succeed by working together. On Sunday, the 2 crews of lawmakers made a spicy and a regular version of the sausage, ending up with about 40 pounds that they get to take home.
When I heard that, that expression, you never want to see 2 things being made, laws or sausage, I don't agree. I think you can do both really well, and it's very fulfilling. And so the idea was to get together people in both parties to have a little fun, draw some parallels between good legislating and good sausage making, and I think it's been a success.
Bennion is one of 2 Republicans running for Attorney General this year. His opponent in the GOP primary is former House Speaker Austin Knudsen of Culbertson. There are 2 new rodeo queens in the Miss Montana Sash Sisterhood. Miss Rodeo Montana Katie Lynn Krause and Miss Teen Rodeo Montana Cody Carson. Both young ladies are looking forward to the year ahead as they promote rodeo and agriculture throughout the Treasure State. 4-time competitor Katie Lynn Krause says she is especially excited for the opportunity to get to know the public as they get to know about the causes close to her heart.
Oh, I can't wait to meet all the rodeo fans and share my love of animal nutrition and rodeo. I just can't wait for the experience and what the future holds.
While these Cowgirls' year reign is just beginning, last year's queens are waving goodbye to their Miss Rodeo titles. For this month's edition of Awaiting Child, we introduce you to a young man named Evan who has some talents and has an idea for his future.
Evan is 10 years old and very clever.
I like the shoot hoops. Yeah, I like basketball a lot.
He even taught the MSUB men's basketball team a thing or 2. He's a Lego architect.
Well, I'm building a Lego set right now, and it's like this Marvel plane.
He's a big Star Wars fan and loves the idea of having a sibling or a dog. Evan has the early qualities of a gentleman, shaking the hand and looking in the eyes of everyone he met. His favorite subject is history, and he's even put some thought into what he wants to be when he grows up.
I want to be in the Army.
And what makes you want to be in the Army? That's a really brave thing to do.
So like I could serve and protect the country.
He made sure to give us a laugh.
What is Dracula's favorite fruit?
What is it?
A nectarine.
And no matter how many times he missed, he never stopped shooting. In Billings, Jenny Fitt, MTN News.
If you'd like some more information on Evan, please visit our websites and select the Community tab. Well, when you hop on an airplane, where you sit and what you bring will likely cost you. We'll share how much airlines make on some fees. And here's a look ahead at what's coming up on CBS This Morning.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS This Morning, we're at one of two sites of the Iranian missile strikes against U.S. forces in Iraq. We'll tell you how American troops were able to take shelter in time. Plus, Dr. Tara Narula is here with why we are on track to see one of the worst flu seasons on record. Also, an emergency meeting of royals. The Queen meets with Prince Charles, William, and Harry to discuss Harry and Meghan's future away from the family. A royal biographer will join us with more. We'll see you guys at 7.